transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Ryan ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is time, and the Twidget chat is active, so how do I get rid of it?
Say it every time, but that
There we
opening never gets old, man.
No.
Well, hey.
All right. Laura says, not again, I'm busy. So go do whatever it is you're doing. We're busy too. I'm still in the middle of dinner here. I haven't even finished dinner.
Yeah.
I still got some fries and an apple pie left.
Dude, and you know how McDonald's is after you let it sit for a while. It turns into fucking styrofoam.
Uh-huh. Dude, I woke up at 2 today. I still got the lumbar pillow on here, so my hat's bumping into it. I woke up at 2, and I'm just like, I need either, let's see here. We need either a reflector or another light for Ryan's face. He's hiding under his hat, as per usual.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable that way.
It's every week. That's okay.
I
It's
want
all
people
good.
to see my eyes. There's something devious occurring. I've got a beanie. Maybe I'll swap out at the break.
We could get like a reflector or something and kind of point it back at you
That could work.
for next time.
Well, we were talking about beforehand, like I have a bad habit of every time the light comes on or anytime I notice the light, I look directly at it, even though I know you should not. So
Yeah.
it might be a better idea for me to just not wear a flat-brimmed hat every time I am attempting to show my face on a live broadcast. But that would make too much fucking sense.
Yeah, Carina used to do the same thing though, just kind of like, like I'd be like, she'd be sitting in the chair, I'd be like, Google, turn the lights on, and she'd just go, which now I just look directly at the light, so now I'm gonna be blind for a few minutes.
Right, exactly. See, it's not just me.
Here you go. You would be the worst Jedi, but not for long.
Meaning, like, as soon as I was taken off of, this mortal plane or whatever, the next worst Jedi would be the worst one. Yeah, I probably would not last long. Judging by how I've been doing in Elden Ring, I wouldn't last long at much. Apart from what I'm doing, which is just, bullshit.
I've just been working and working and working.
Yeah.
And just kind of...
Don't you mean procrastinating and procrastinating and procrastinating?
A little.
Yeah?
A little, yeah.
Column A, column B.
I was telling you guys, we finally got some of the Living Brain Dead merch in. I'm actually wearing some of it. Anyway, we finally got some of the Living Brain Dead merch in. And a couple of them were some of the Pride Flag stuff that we did, that we launched last Bandcamp Friday, which Bandcamp Friday is this Friday. So if you want to buy shit from our Bandcamp, go ahead. But we are launching a web store soon. Scott Leffler's messaging me knowing I'm on the air. He says he loves the hockey pucks. He made a few all WNY pucks last year, but used vinyl. Ink would probably last longer. Yeah, probably. It's nice and smooth. Like they're on the table behind if you want to hit them during the song break, take a look at them.
Oh, wow, yeah. Look good.
But yeah, so we're doing, we get the merch, and we got some of these Pride Flag shirts, right? So they're rectangular, but the print is kind of like skewed in very slightly towards the top, right? So last night I kind of was like, all right, let me fucking switch to the distributors of the ThinkSoJoE Show merch that I just launched, because those are rectangular and they came out just fine. So I sat there and I'm doing all that, and I'm like, yeah, I should be working. I'm literally doing this just to procrastinate. So yeah, that's what I've been doing is procrastinating.
Yeah, that is how the world turns. It's like whatever the top priority is, it's usually the most difficult thing. So that sits the longest while everybody else does lower priorities to make them feel like they're inching towards the top priority.
You came over and you're like, I got work. You're like,
Yes, I did.
You're like, can I come over early and do my work? Like, yes.
That's the thing, like I tried to, so I had a doctor's appointment. I would have just gone home had I known that I had nowhere. Oh, literally me and my taxes today. See, exactly. You know, at least you're even thinking about them because this is
I got to do mine.
Yeah,
we were talking about this weeks ago. I've got to do mine.
Yeah, this is the first time since the year has turned over and I got my W-9 that I've even thought about doing my taxes. I am usually an April 14th filer. It is, I am not on top of that usually. And I got to file taxes for shambles this year too, so that's going to be fun. But no, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't have brought work over here to do if it weren't for the fact that, like, I had a doctor's appointment. I think I'm going to have work to do. Doesn't make sense for me to drive home and then drive here, so I just come over, boot up the laptop, and I did not receive the work that I needed to do. So instead, I was sitting here kind of awkwardly watching you eat chicken nuggets. I didn't have much to say. Sorry, man.
It's all good. You texted me at like 4:45. I got the text at 5:15 as I was going to order chicken nuggets and jump in the shower. I'm like, dude, give me 15 minutes.
Yep.
Like, you could come over and do your work, but just give me 15 minutes. I need to, like, I am in no way prepared for the show yet today. Like, literally, I was like putting in the information into the software as we were coming on the air to be able to do the show, to be able to stream. And I'm just like, fuck.
But by the seat of our ass, we're here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
I woke up at 2 today. I set an alarm for noon. I went to bed at 8. Set an alarm for noon. Next thing I know, it's 2 o'clock. So wake up, I roll over, I grab my phone, look at my phone, like, oh fuck, it's 2 o'clock. I overslept. Your hockey pucks have arrived. Cool. So I get up, I go grab the hockey pucks, and also this shirt came in the mail today, so that was already here when I got up.
Yeah.
So I fucking, like, Laura says a knocking noise. I don't hear a knocking noise. I don't know. So I fucking get up and I roll out of bed. I go grab the hockey pucks, like, all right, cool. So I go ink this ink pad I have and, you know, get the stamp and start stamping these hockey pucks. And I'm like, man, these came out pretty good. And I'm just like, next thing I know, it's like 3:30 and I'm like, oh shit, I got a podcast to do today. So I'm like, I gotta come up with music and I gotta, like, make a thumbnail. And I'm like, okay, so what's today? Like, oh, it's National Dr. Seuss Day. Okay, I'm just gonna do a blue background with like the red and white striped all WNY logo on it.
Oh, that's fucking great. Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, that's easy enough. Get the restream body. Anyway.
Yeah. No, man, I know what you're saying. Like, so that's like fucking, I don't know. I shouldn't say like great art, but like all good things are usually bred from last minute panic. Like continually turning out like production and stuff, having everything be done ahead of schedule is ideal, but it's not realistic. Last minute panic is good. So basically, this will be the best show ever, is what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, we are unprepared entirely.
It came together all at the fucking end, and now it's going to be the best ever.
Like this single art I'm doing, Kirsten says. You know, I liked the art we got last night, but I understood the concern of why we're not using it. So
yeah.
So you know, can't wait to see what comes out of that. So
yeah, but it looked fucking phenomenal,
Yeah.
and I am excited to see where what comes out of that and what we end up doing next.
We're at band practice last night and getting the texts with the artwork.
Yeah.
Just like, guys, look at this, and it's just progressing as we're going through band practice. So
Yeah, it's cool to see the art in motion. I know nothing about visual art of any kind.
What is Meg Ryan's shirt?
My shirt. So this is one of my brother's friends and an acquaintance of mine. Jeanette Cargill is an artist in Rochester. This says Rotten Chester. and it is the Rochester symbol, which is like a flower symbol, but it's, you know, dripping in its eyes and shit.
Kirsten knew before he even stood up.
Yep, exactly. We played a show with my brother's old band, Incognito Burrito. They were more of like a jam, jazz fusion metal band kind of. They covered Primus and shit, you know, wacky stuff. But we were the only punk band on the bill, and it was the first time we had shirts. So I was standing at a booth directly next to Jeanette. She was super nice. I met her. We traded some art for a shirt, and she put this out a year or two ago. My brother bought them all for us. So that's what the shirt is. I actually have her store. I should probably promote that.
Yeah, go for it.
Type 1 second. It's the Enlightened Studio. See, I thought this would come up. But check it out. These are on there. The Enlightened Studio.
I was going to say, while you're doing that, I'll promote merch.thinksojoe.com. All new shirts available now.
Fuck yeah. Some awesome new shirts.
Yeah. Get some great new Think So Joe shirts. We're going to have new Living Brain Dead stuff as soon as we drop this single.
Fuck
I think that's the plan, is we're going to launch the store along with the single. Hey,
yeah,
look.
I believe so. Yeah, look at that.
ThinkSoJoe.com.
Follow that link for some great shit.
Those 2 shirts are still available, but there's also new stuff. So, yay, promotion from Ningwood Records. That's good promotion too. He's in the chat as Ningwood Records. So when he comes up and we want to interact with him, it's up as Ningwood Records. Good job, Tim.
Absolutely, dude. Frequency and reach. I love it.
The idea came up yesterday of me starting a fucking record label.
Oh, man. Yeah, go for it.
There is, like, I just get ideas in my head and shit just happens.
Right, just batter up. Just go for it.
Like, once the idea is in my head, it's got to happen. I literally, like, I got the idea in my head a couple of weeks ago, like, I should do a 90s night somewhere. I should get back into DJing a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I went out, after I got back from Vegas, I went to fucking Guitar Center. I got one of my guitars set up, and I got a fucking DJ controller. So I can literally, like, plug into my laptop and do a fucking DJ set.
Fuck yeah. So you're all set to get out there and do 90s night. That's all. That's all it takes.
I just want to really, like, my thought with that is, before I actually book anything, I want to just kind of take some time, make sure I have all the 90s songs I can think of, and, like, also just kind of mentally prepare for it, because I haven't DJ'd a set in almost 20 years now.
No shit.
So.
No, it's like riding a bike.
I guess.
You go up, you play the song, you make a witty comment.
Well, now I want to, because these have, like, the, you know, the turntable analogs on them, so now I want to learn how to scratch.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, that'd be cool, right? So I'm like, I went on Skillshare, right? And I'm like, let me check out Skillshare and see if they have a course on DJing, and then maybe I'll sign back up for Skillshare. So I go on, they have a course on you know, scratching. And I watched the intro video, because the intro video is free. And he's, like, talking about the history of scratching and, like, you know, famous DJs who did scratching. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this looks like a good course. And the thing is, Skillshare doesn't currently have a monthly subscription. You have to sign up annually.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't want to spend $100 and something right now. Especially, I just spent over $1,000 on Metallica tickets on Monday, but that's besides the point. I'm like, I don't want to spend over $100 right now, because I don't know that I'm going to have time to actually, like, sit and do, you know, more than one course.
Right, right.
So I don't
want
to...
Right, don't spend the money on something for a yearly subscription if it's going to take you, like, 3 weeks to stop paying attention to it.
Yeah.
If your attention span fizzles out. Yeah.
But we're in the group chat yesterday, and we're talking about when this single releases, and when we get it back and we get ready to put it out. Like, what do we, like, how do we put it out? Because Brian put out our last, through his, DistroKid label. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if I, like, I'm probably going to sign up for the same tier that he was at, which is the label tier, which means you could put out, as many releases as you want throughout the course of the year. There's no limit on it. You just pay one price, mm-hmm. and then you can set your release dates and all that. And, Katie go, that's a good idea. What are you going to call your label? And I'm just like, I haven't thought that far. And then the thought gets in my head, like, hey, I could sign bands and shit if I have a label. I don't know how the fuck, you know, I don't know what that would all entail. And from what we're told in the chat here is, go for it. Just be prepared for stress from an actual record label. So,
well, see, that's the thing right there. Like, yeah, dude, like, you know, yeah, you're like, oh, I can sign bands, but that kind of really buries the lead on what it does entail, which is like, yeah, you're gonna need to have like a contract with like royalties and licensing revenue set up, and then you're gonna need to have what would you call it? Not like a scope of work or a work order, but you know, yeah, an outline of what they need to do. Yeah.
Jeez, if only I knew a lawyer.
I know, right? Hey, man, I'm into intellectual property licensing, but on the side of technology, I'll talk to you about like performance and shit. Like we were talking about like mechanical licenses to be able to play
to be able to
covers
do a DJ
and
set,
shit.
yeah.
That was like, that is not my forte. I haven't done that shit since
We
law
were
school.
literally on the way to band practice last night talking about that because of, you know, you need that license. The venue needs that license to be able to have somebody come in and play a bunch of these, you know, 90s songs that are BMI and ASCAP registered and all that. So,
Right, yeah. And we
so
were
yeah, absolutely.
and we were talking about the likelihood of various venues that we're playing at actually having that, and how it's likely that most of them do, but there's going to be a surprise at some point or another where one of them ends up in litigation because they do not have it.
What's funny is we're doing this, we're going to be doing this covers EP soon.
Yeah.
And like, we're obviously going to probably play something off of that at like every show. Like we were running through what we're going to play March 18th. Holy shit, that's like next Friday, isn't it?
That's coming right up,
Fucking
man.
hell. All
That
right.
That is 16 days from now.
Yeah. All right. So not next Friday, the Friday after that? Is that
Yep.
what that is? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So not next Friday, the Friday after that. We're at Good Bar with Knuten and Idiots of Idealism. Was that the name of the band?
I believe so.
I think so. So, you know, we're like, what are we going to play? We got to play something off this covers album. So we were like, which one are we doing? And we're just like, which one are we okay with? You know, like, okay, this one that we've been doing the longest. So, okay.
Fuck yeah. Well, that one
Yeah.
kicks, man.
Yeah, it does, for
Bass
sure.
line, and that's fun. I can really...
The fact that we played it
Slam it.
twice and I actually hit the solo in it twice.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm like, yes, I fucking hit the solo this time.
Is it really punk rock if you hit the solo, though?
I mean, I'd like to get somewhere close to the solo. The last couple of times we tried to play that, I couldn't even like get it started, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna, you know, noodle around somewhere in the vicinity of where this solo's supposed to be. But I got it that time, so I think we're ready for
Yeah.
next Friday.
Should be good, man. I'm excited. It'll be the first time I actually get to play out with you guys, so that'll be fun because,
I
yeah.
know, as long as none of us get sick beforehand.
Yeah, dude, freaking fingers crossed. Holy shit.
Dude, I was in Vegas last Friday, and you know I drive up with this this dude Dennis, and we drive to Cleveland and fly out of Cleveland to Vegas. And I had mentioned like keeping my mask on during the show, and he says, "Yeah, you should." As soon as we walk into Allegiant Stadium, he takes his mask off, and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm taking mine off too," because I'm wearing these KN95 masks, and they're like digging at the back of my ears. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
So now I'm in this, and we got floor, so we're just in the middle of this sea of fucking people, nobody wearing a fucking mask, and I got home, I'm like, fuck, that was a dumb idea. And I'm starting to, you know, like, get, it has to be psychosomatic symptoms, right? I mean, because I tested negative. So it's like, it's got to be psychosomatic symptoms.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I'm having trouble breathing, like my Pepsi doesn't taste right. I'm like, literally like, okay, that Pepsi didn't taste right. So I'm like eating everything in my fridge. Like, can I taste this? I'm sniffing things. I'm like, yeah, that smells like a hockey puck. This is not the ones we're gonna have for sale, but this one was custom made for me. So that's we are gonna.
I can tell. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We are gonna have custom hockey pucks available at the show on the 18th, and also probably when we relaunch the merch store, whenever that ends up happening. So,
Fuck yeah. Hockey puck, man. It's unique. Get out there and fucking go 5-hole. Love it.
I posted a picture of the ones we just made, and one of my buddies was like, "Dude, that is the perfect piece of merch to have in this area." I said, "Fuck yeah, it is." Like, I collect them, so I'm sure somebody else would be like, oh, that's fucking cool. I gotta buy that.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
You need like one obscure item in your merch booth. Like it's got to be one thing that is different that nobody else has.
we were talking about that on the about the merch store last night because I'm like, is there anything on this list you guys think we should add? And you're like, man, you know, if we didn't already have so much stuff, it might be funny to have a shower curtain.
right. No, because that's the thing. I feel like if you're trying to stage it as like a joke, yeah, you got to have like, you can get the T-shirt, you can get the hoodie, or you can get the Living Brain Dead shower curtain. But it's like when you have like a store to the extent of what is going to occur, like the joke will be buried and people won't get it as much. But like it would be absolutely hilarious to have a shower curtain branded with the band on it.
I should at least put the dog dish in there, so it's just like what the fuck? They have a dog dish? Like,
Yeah,
okay, keep scrolling.
I'd get that fucking dog dish. Mine would be all over that shit.
Yeah. We just had this whole group chat of just like, here's shit you can buy, and I'm just putting the logo on like every fucking thing in the store from the distributor. And I'm like, you know, John and I are singles, so we got these, we could get these Living Brain Dead fucking, duvets to fucking put on the bed so we can impress our dates, like. I'm talking to John last night, and he's, this girl's coming. I kind of like her, and I think she likes me. And I'm like, all right, I won't hit on her. We're good. You just point at her like not her. Like, okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah, man, should be fun. Upstairs at Good Bar is a good time.
Yeah.
Although we were John's never been there, so we were picking on him because so upstairs at Good Bar, I like the sound. We've played there a bunch of times. It's they got a bar up there. It's got a good capacity. It is the most difficult load in the city of Buffalo because you either need to take it up a rickety fire escape out the back door, and usually every time we play there, it's raining or snowing. So walking on metal wearing Chucks is not a good idea in wet, inclement weather, basically. The other option is, you're always playing a Friday or Saturday night. Mr. Good Bar is one of those places that is just like packed with people all the time, no matter what's happening. Usually drunk toddlers, honestly, just like totally shit hammered. And you need to carry shit from the rear lot down the side of the building to the front door, into the bar, past all the drunk people, up a flight of stairs, in, and then onto the stage.
Yeah.
And it is not insurmountable, but it's very, honestly, it's not as difficult as I am making it sound with that description, but it is not particularly fun. And we were picking on John because he's got all the shit to carry. Like, I'm going to have a bass guitar, you're going to have a guitar, and we'll split the box, that has all the fucking shit running into it. And then Kevin, Katie, has a fucking microphone, we're good to go. And then John has all the shit. And we're acting like we're not going to help. Of course we are, but we're acting like we're not going to fucking help.
You and I can just show up with our guitars, and we just got to bring the fucking one rack case up, and we're good. John's got that whole fucking kit, like,
exactly, man. Fucking exactly.
John's like, hey, if I go to Guitar Center on Sunday, you want to go? Yeah, I want to go. Girl who set up my guitar is cute. I don't know her name. My buddy, Vince works there he used to be in the Scarecrow show, or maybe he still is. I don't know. I haven't talked to those guys in a bit.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I walk into Guitar Center. He's the first person I see. I'm like, what the fuck? Don't you work at Guitar Factory? So he's busy, and I'm like over with the girl who's setting up my guitar, and he's like, Joe, how you been? I'm like, good. When did you start working here? He's like, oh, well, I was working at Guitar Factory. I'm like, I fucking know that. I asked you when you started here. But yeah. And then once she got done setting up the guitar, I went to him and I'm like, okay, dude, I'm gonna put you to work now. I need you to I need to find this DJ controller, because I'm not thinking to look up. I'm just looking at the fucking shelves in front of me.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't find this fucking DJ controller that I was looking at online. And then finally it dawns on me, because I'm like, I need you to help me find this. He's like, oh, let me get, I'll get the other guy who knows more about this. But he was helping somebody else at the time. So I'm just like, I'm still kind of looking around. I look up, I'm like, oh, there it is. Like, hey, I found it. He's like, okay, as soon as I'm done helping this guy, I'll get you a ladder, I'll get it. So, and then he cashes me out and he's like, hey, do you want to get the pro coverage on this for 2? I don't even know what the fuck, I signed up for, but I'm just like, you get commission, right? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, okay, sign me up.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Why not?
What a nice move. See, you know, I should think about that more. Yeah, that is what salespeople are there for, is to upsell a little bit and get some commission on shit. I never even think about that. They're always like, do you want insurance? And I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking break it.
If it's somebody, this is the thing. If it's somebody I know, if it's a friend of mine, I'll be like, yo, I'll take it.
Right.
If it's just somebody I've never met before, this is the only time I'm ever going to see them ever, and they're like, do you want to get the coverage? Like, nah.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to, like, I don't break shit usually.
Yeah, I don't either. This is a good rule of thumb, though. Right, knock on all of the freaking wood. That's a good rule of thumb, though, because, like, obviously, yeah, I want to freaking help people out. It just never clicks into me, and, like, I don't know. The one time I did buy a warranty was on my Xbox 360, and I fucking got the red ring of death within... I had 3 weeks left on the warranty, and they gave me a new one. So that was fucking...
Nice.
That was worth it, but that was like a gamble. I kind of knew it was going to happen. Everything else, I never break anything.
Every time I red ringed on my 360, I had to send it to fucking Texas, wait for them to fix it, send it back. I think the second time it happened, they just sent me a new one. Meanwhile, I'm getting like games that I pre-ordered, and I'm like, okay, I guess, you know, the box art's nice. You know? I can wait another 2 weeks to play Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Yeah, I typically don't buy the extended warranty on anything, but like if I'm at Guitar Center and it's somebody I know working, I'll just be like, yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
I did that for Ryan from Yellow Sauce the one time, because we go there, Brian and I had just gotten my HX Stomp, and I was trying to just get a small, like, I was broke at the time, so I just wanted to get like a small speaker I could plug into and just hear myself play. So we went and we're just looking at like little PA speakers, and you know, self-powered PA speakers. And Brian's like, "Oh man, you should have brought the Stomp, and we could have just plugged it in and tested it out." Like, fuck, I didn't think about it. So we're like, you know, Ryan was working there at the time, so we're like, Ryan, can you find us an HX Stomp to plug into this thing? He's like, yeah, there's one in stock, I'll find it. So he's looking all over the fucking store, in the back where the fucking pedals are. He's looking everywhere. And he goes, apparently the chat is protesting that you have not watched Home Alone 5.
I don't buy it.
Anyway. So
one person is not a protest, it's a dissenter. And
yeah. So he goes around looking for this HX Stomp. It turns out it's right where he fucking was when we asked him. It was right under the counter.
Nah.
So finally he's just like, we go over, we're looking at this PA speaker. He's like, no, you want an amp. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want an amp. He's like, no, you want an amp. You're trying to plug in your guitar, right? Like, yeah, your electric guitar, right? Like, yeah. He's like, you want an amp? I'm like, no, dude, I have an HX Stomp. That's my amp. I just need a speaker, a powered speaker. And he goes, oh, man, you know, like, no, you want an amp. Like, no, Ryan, I want a speaker. And finally, like, you know, we go to cash out. And he's like, do you want to get the warranty? I'm like, do you get a commission? And he's like hesitant to say that he gets a commission. I'm like, dude, if you get a commission, I will buy the fucking warranty. If not, I'm not buying the fucking warranty. Do you get a commission on this? Yeah. Okay, give me the fucking warranty.
Well, there you go.
So, you know.
Good guy Joe.
So,
I love it.
So after Laura said the chat is demanding you watch Home Alone 5, that's not true. The chat is drawing cat girls.
Nothing to do with
and
that
also,
abomination of a movie.
Tim says every time he's forgotten to buy an extended warranty, he has regretted it.
Oh, man.
So.
Well, then maybe I should keep knocking on wood. Perhaps I have had a...
You've just been lucky? Yeah.
Yeah, I am an outlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, for my friends, if you get a commission on something that that you're offering me to buy in addition to what I'm already buying, and it's going to help you out, fucking tell me. I'll take care of you. We'll come back. When we come back, I will tell you about me taking care of another friend of mine over something much more expensive than an extended warranty. So I was telling you this story yesterday. We'll talk about it on the air.
Look at that teaser.
Yeah.
My goodness.
A nice teaser.
Stick around.
With 23 more seconds before the song breaks. Anyway, Invictra, let me get this info here for you. Invictra is playing Saturday with Weapon X at 1065 Grant Street, which is the address of the Showplace Theater. Now, here's what's interesting. Nowhere on the event page, the flyer, or anything does it say Showplace Theater. It just says 1065 Grant Street.
Shit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
1065 Grant Street, Weapon X with Invictra. That's at 6:30. It's $20. And this is Invictra, and this song is called Simmons Hollow on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show. We'll be back in like 7.5 minutes after this song. Invictra. I was taking a sip of my Pepsi when the song.
Dude, it was such an abrupt end to a long fade out. Like we each thought we had like another 5-6 seconds.
I shouldn't have thought I had another 5-6 seconds because I had the timer on the mixer here. But anyway.
So it was just an elaborate ruse to get me to be seen putting my headphones on.
Saturday at 1065 Grant Street with Weapon X. You can catch that band, Invictra. That's my boy Joe Lamoureux is the guitar player for that band.
Fuck hell yeah.
Used to be in a band called Nuclear Winter. So we're going to catch up on some chat comments here real quick before I get into the story I promised to tell 7.5 minutes ago. I got to find the fucking app here. There it is. Okay. So, apparently, I did not know this. This is Epic Games is buying Bandcamp.
Yeah, I just got a notification from that today. That's pretty interesting. They said nothing is going to change. I've heard that about 10,000 times, so we'll see. But as of right now, yeah, I mean, good for them. I guess it's more resources and it's good partnership, so we'll see what happens.
Kirsten says Invictra is a party. She caught them not long ago for the Open Door mission in Rochester, and they were such a fun act. So there you go. A ringing endorsement for them.
Fuck yeah,
for you to go out on, Saturday at the old Showplace Theater there with Weapon X. Doors at 6:30. So we were talking about, you know, if I have the means to do so, I'll help people out. So a buddy of mine, months ago, was like talking to me and my cousin, right? And he's like, man, you know, my goal is before I die, I want to go see Metallica with the two of you guys again. I went to my first Metallica show with this dude back in 1997. 25 fucking years ago this month.
Feeling old?
Oh, man. The 25th of this month, will be 25 fucking years since I went to my first concert, which was Metallica, with Corrosion of Conformity at the Marine Midland Arena.
Wow. That's a quarter century of hard thrash rock.
And I have now seen Metallica 7 times, including this past Friday. So he was telling us, you know, oh, man, I really, before I die, we have to see Metallica together again. And then when I got the ticket to go to Vegas, I sent him the screenshot of like, oh, you've accepted the ticket to go see Metallica in Vegas. And he's like, dude, next time they come anywhere near here, we're going. Like, you know, even if I got to drive a little bit, we're going. Well, the day before the Metallica show in Vegas, Metallica announces 2 shows. And only 2 shows. One in Buffalo and one in Pittsburgh. Like, how the fuck are we that special? We got, like, one of these 2 Metallica shows.
Sometimes a ray of light shines on the soul-crushing Northeast.
So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm definitely going to Buffalo. And I send my buddy a fucking message. Like, hey, look, they're coming to Buffalo. We're going. He goes, yeah, oh, dude, you know, get me 2 tickets. My other buddy wants to go too, so get me 2 tickets. And I got $500 in cash right now. Just, you know, so, you know, spend up to $250 on the tickets, just, and I'll pay you right back. Perfect, no problem. Because I still got shirts for him from when I saw him in San Francisco in December. So, we still got to hang out at some point. But I didn't want to hang out before I went to Vegas for obvious reasons. But
sure.
So I'm just like, you know, I'm like, cool, man, no problem. So I'm like fully anticipating spending like over $1,000 because I'm going to Buffalo and Pittsburgh. I'm going to get him, like he asked me to get him a ticket and his buddy a ticket. And I'm like, well, I got to get my cousin a ticket too then. So I reach out to my cousin. I'm like, hey, Metallica's coming. Look, I'm already, you know, I have a limit of 4 tickets. I'm already getting Greg and his buddy a ticket. So do you want me to grab one for you? He goes, yeah, please. So I'm already planning on spending these tickets. So the reason my buddy had $500 in hand was he just got his tax return. But he's like, man, I really need to get a car, but fucking Metallica.
Yeah.
Like priorities. I'm going to Metallica.
Right.
And
the eternal dilemma.
So he messaged me over the weekend and he says, man, you know, I really have to get a car. I can't go without a car. I need a car. I can't go to Metallica. I'm sorry. I'm like, man, you know,
Tough.
I'm like, dude, I've made that same decision in the past. That's why I didn't see him on the Death Magnetic tour, right? It's because I got, My grandma called me up. I was broke back then, so I didn't have. I had one or the other. It's like, you can have my car. You just got to pay the taxes and insurance. Okay. Or I could have gone to Metallica. Hey, fuck, I'll get the car.
Who needs to be mobile when you can rock?
So I'm like, all right, I'll get the car. So I got the car, and I didn't go to Metallica. And I didn't see Metallica again until, like, 6-7 years later. So I know what he's going through. You know what I mean? So I was
right.
like...
It's a rock and a hard place, and it sucks to make that decision because, like, it's like the difference between, like, necessity and the thing your brain is telling you that will be a memory forever. Yeah, it's hard.
So Monday, they had 2 on sales for Metallica, the 10 o'clock one for Legacy fan club members, which I am not, and the noon one for fifth members, which are like the current fan club, which I am. So I was like, all right, Friday, Monday at noon, I'm spending a shit ton of money. I'm getting as close as I can to the fucking stage, hopefully floor. So I get on, I get 4 floor seats for Buffalo, 1 for Pittsburgh. And I shoot my buddy a message as soon as I got the tickets. And I just said, you're going to Metallica, floor seats, pay me back sometime in the next 6 months. The show's in 6 months, you got 6 months to pay me back. Just pay me before the show. Ticket's yours.
Man. What a move, Joe.
And, I think he woke up to that message and he goes, oh man, dude, really? Like, yeah, man. He's like, well, thank you, dude. Like, look, man, you've been talking about this for months, wanting to go see Metallica with me and Steve. Like, there is no, like, I've been in the situation you're in now, and I'm in a position where I can make this happen, where there is no way, if I have the means to do this, to do this for you, there is no way in hell I'm letting you pay double to sit in a fucking nosebleed seat on the other end of the stadium when I could get you on the floor for face value.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he goes, oh, dude, that's great. Where are our seats? And me sitting here, I'm talking to him on Facebook Messenger. My face just fucking lights up because I'm like, dude, you know something? 25 fucking years ago, I asked you that same question. And you remember what you said to me? You said, the fuck you mean seats? We got general admission. He says, oh, general admission? They're doing general admission? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's Metallica. He goes, oh no, all the shows I've been to, since that one in 97 have been seats. Like, no, dude, the one after in 98, that was seats because we were at fucking Darien Lake and those are all seats up front and we wanted to be as close as we could.
Right, and they can't really remove the seats.
And I'm like, the last time you saw Metallica when they were here for fucking Hardwired, you had seats in the 300 level because you couldn't get floor, which is why I didn't go, was because I couldn't get floor. But floor was general. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, dude, Metallica's always like, general admission on the floor. So I'm just like, let's fucking, so I'm like, yeah, we got floor. I said, listen, man, I'll tell you what, I was about like 10, 20 yards out in Vegas. I don't really care much for the opening fucking band, like Ice Nine Kills. I loved fucking Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah,
they were fucking killer.
That band fucking kicks.
I didn't care for, because it's the same openers in Buffalo and Pittsburgh as it was in Vegas. So like 8 months, 6 months later, but it's like, all right, I didn't really like this band, but dude, let's fucking get there as soon as we fucking can, so we could get up front and grab onto the guardrail and not let go, which was the best advice I ever got 25 fucking years ago. And I'm like, let's fucking get there, grab onto the guardrail, let's fucking get up front. Let's make sure we do this. I don't give a shit about doing it in Pittsburgh, but with you guys, let's get up fucking front and enjoy this fucking show. So, like, I made my buddy's day. He was just like, really? Like, yeah.
Well, it's just the thing. Yeah, what a fucking move, man. Like it's a wonderful gesture, and it's an awesome thing that it puts him in a position where, yeah, man, he gets to go see the band. You get to have the fucking memory, and everybody ends up being okay, and it's not based on the money at the moment. That's great, man. Not a lot of people do that. That's a very nice thing. You're fucking buying Metallica tickets. You're fronting the money for it. you're getting the commission for motherfuckers working at Guitar Center. Like, you're basically Mother Teresa.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
It's the Buffalo's Mother Teresa.
Look, man, if dude, I am in a much better position than I had been in, the entire rest of my life. So, like, if I can help out some friends who are going through shit I've gone through, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude.
Like with my buddy Greg, where he's like, I gotta buy a car, dude. I have to buy the car, and like, I know he's gotta buy the car. He was telling me he had to buy the car because his car died. So he was driving his mom's car, then his mom's car died. So now the two of them ain't got a fucking car. So like, yeah, dude, you need to buy this fucking car. Buy the fucking car. Like, you said you have the money in 2 months to pay me back in 2 months. Pay me back in 6 months. I don't give a fuck. Just buy the ticket from me before the show. That's the only thing I ask you. Buy it before the fucking show.
There you go, man.
This ticket is yours. It is in my account. It is ready to give to you as soon as you fucking pay me back.
There you
and
go.
then I shot a message to my cousin. I'm like, dude, just, hit me up. I'll tell you how to pay me back. And he's like, okay, yeah. And I shot him a message like, here's my PayPal. Here's how much it costs. As soon as you send me the money, I'll send you the ticket. Don't worry about it if you don't have it right now. Just get it to me when you get it. Because I'm in a fucking position to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it went on my fucking credit card. I'm still able to pay my rent and bills and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not worried about it.
Fucking exactly. And then if he doesn't pay it, right here.
Uh-huh. I was wondering what you were going for. You moved the hockey puck out of the way.
Well, I guess you could shoot the hockey puck at him, too.
I could.
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, my buddy Greg, I've shot plenty of hockey pucks at in our lifetime, so... Because he was actually the goalie when we used to play street hockey back in the day.
Well, there you go.
I'm pretty sure that's why one of my toes is still fucked up, is because I took a slap shot to the foot from him. We used to use, not the ones from like the Mighty Ducks with the wheels, but we had like street hockey pucks.
Okay.
That were like really fucking solid plastic.
Okay.
Those things fucking hurt.
Well, I mean, we had like the little orange rubber NHL ones, and I remember they didn't hurt all that much if you just tossed it, but if you like smacked it, yeah, it felt like shit.
No, sometimes we would use like the little fucking orange balls,
Oh yeah, we had those.
Yeah, we had those, and sometimes we'd use the fucking pucks, because I like the pucks, because it's like, hey, more authentic experience. One time we had this fucking ball that, like, when you hit it, it light up.
Oh,
so we
cool.
played in the fucking pitch dark with that ball, just to, and the strategy was like,
tooth.
strategy was to pass to your teammate, and then, the goalie don't know where the fucking ball is until they take a slap shot and it's flying at him. You just see this big fucking red thing getting bigger.
And we got to make that one-timer. Yeah, you just got to pick them out.
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the chat here. So we got John Johnson we'll start with here on the Restream bot here, because for whatever reason I can't get Facebook to go on there. Similar situation. He had a job at a restaurant. He asked for WrestleMania off. They denied his day off, so it was job or watch WrestleMania, and he picked WrestleMania over the job and quit the job. I haven't gone to that extreme. I've watched wrestling on the job, literally, like using the computer internet, the work internet on the work computers to illegally stream a wrestling show that was happening in Buffalo that I couldn't go to because I was working. I've done that, but I've never like quit a job for wrestling. That's some dedication, man.
I like the dedication of quitting to go watch that. Like I'm trying to think of I've never had a situation where I've walked off a job like that. I do remember this guy back when I worked at Wendy's back in the day, John. He was the shit. I liked that guy. Kind of fucked me this night though because I'm working the grill. He's doing fryer. He's cleaning and shit. And I just remember him getting the phone, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something to the effect of, "Yeah, what bar? All right, cool." And then he just hung up and he was like, "All right, I'm leaving." And he just fucking quit and never came back. And like he clearly was just going drinking and just never came back.
I haven't quit a job over anything like that, but I've definitely called in sick to go to Warped Tour a couple of times. Yeah. Like, oh shit, I forgot to put in a request for a day off. Like, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
See, I haven't faked being sick in years and years and years, but I will say that like when I am sick, I generally, even though I'm sick and it's not good, I'm a little excited because I get to play video games all fucking day. That's pretty great. I'm Cameron Fry, effectively. When I'm sick, I'm not dealing with a deadline. I can just play Elden Ring. It's great.
That was you when you had COVID. You're just like, yeah, I'm fucking catching up on all these video games.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
We're texting you every day, just like, dude, you okay? You're like, yeah, I feel like shit, but I'm doing really well in this video game.
Dude, I mean, it was great because, like, I don't know, your life gets so busy and you can't get sunk into games that take you forever to play, but, like, I fucking sat down when I had COVID, sat down on the air mattress in our yoga room, far away from my normal life, and I played Super Mario RPG, I played Grand Theft Auto 3, I played Moonglow Bay on Xbox One, that was fucking fantastic, and then, I don't know, what the fuck else did I do? I don't know, there was one more. Point being, yes, it was great. Don't get it, but it was fucking great.
Joe remembers the 90s. He is old.
I remember the 90s. Am I old? I remember when the Nintendo 64 came out.
I remember all of the 90s though.
Yeah, I don't have a lot pre 1995, so yeah.
Joe shouldn't buy a car, he will crash it. That is true.
Is that true, or is that just a probability thing? Like, what are
probably a probability thing, but I've definitely.
What are the odds that you crash the vehicle?
I've definitely crashed my share of cars in my day.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Joe shouldn't go swimming with a phone, or shouldn't own a phone because he goes swimming with those. My phone's waterproof.
Well, look at that, see? Technology solving problems that Joe needs solved.
My phones are waterproof now. I can go swimming with the phone, but the trick to not going swimming with the phone is to not go swimming, and I haven't been swimming in years. So there's a pool in my backyard.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I haven't been in a pool in about 7 years. I am not a fan of the water.
My problem is I keep getting tattoos, so I can't go swimming. Like last year, like Brian died, and I went out and got a tattoo to commemorate, Brian. And I'm like, well, guess I'm not swimming this year.
Right.
So, what is Meg Ryan's favorite video game? You've Got Mail.
That is not a video game. That is a notification. That is such a difficult question to answer. I don't know. It's like asking what your favorite album is. I don't know. I have an addiction to video games, so it's like I like the ones that give me the little like dopamine rush where I feel good. I'm a huge fan of like Stardew Valley and like Harvest Moon 64 and Stardew Valley are probably like at the top of that. But like I'll play Terraria all fucking day. All day. So probably something in that realm.
I will play Mortal Kombat 2 all day, every day.
Yeah? All right.
My absolute favorite game. The reason I don't own the arcade 1-up, though, is because the previous Mortal Kombat releases for arcade 1-up did not have the original Mortal Kombat 3. The new one that's coming out, the 30th anniversary one, does. And I'm kind of bummed because that one's in like the Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet, and I really wanted to get the Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet, but I don't. Like, I want to get Mortal Kombat 3. I don't like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, I don't know, go for it. It sucks that the cabinet's not on there, but it seems like it's time for you to use this and go collect on that debt so you can buy that thing.
Right. I already got plans for that money when it comes in. So anyway, Kirsten's sick days are for catching up on her freelance backlog.
See, Kirsten's more fucking productive than either of us. If I have any free time, I fill it with video games.
Tim had an Atari.
Hell yeah. I have an Atari and I believe an Intellivision in my attic that my uncle gave me. I remember going over there and playing Pitfall and being like, this is like Mario, but worse, because I was 7 and I couldn't comprehend that it came before. Atari's fucking great.
I don't think I had an Atari, but I definitely, my first video game experience was playing Pac-Man on an Atari. So.
Oh my God, why did you play any more games after that? Pac-Man on Atari is one of the worst. They can only have 3 characters on screen at once, so it had that flashing thing where the ghosts would alternate. There would be 2 over here and 2 over here. It was like seizure-inducing, and I don't say that lightly. Like it was very bad.
I was like real little though, so like I barely remember it, but I definitely have played Atari Pac-Man with the little fucking joystick with a little button on the top. But I fucking but my first console was the NES.
Okay.
And Super Mario Brothers was like the first video game I owned, so there you go. There's where the obsession comes from.
See, that's a great one to fucking start with. Like,
yeah.
So did you have any games that you played when you were a kid that later on in life you're like, this game fucking sucked, but I played it because I had it.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, you got lucky, dude. Like,
I think if I had games that sucked, I just didn't play them. So.
well, I mean, all right, fair point, because like I had Sega Genesis, and
So did I.
it came with like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like that was the first one I owned. My dad had an NES, but like I would always go back to Sonic 2 because that's a very good game. But like I did have Jurassic Park for Sega Genesis, and I played the shit out of that. And I've tried to play it recently, and it is terrible. It is unplayable.
So it was just as good as the movie.
All right, fuck off. We're not going to get back into this shit, Joe. Your disdain for how nostalgia affects people will always be baffling to me. I appreciate your insight on it, but...
Look, I don't have a disdain for how nostalgia affects people. If you saw Jurassic Park when you were a kid and you still like the movie because you still have that nostalgia, I saw the movie when I was 30-something.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't appeal to 30-something-year-old me. If I had seen the movie when I was 12,
if you had had your ass in gear and had gone to the movies like everybody else was doing, instead, I don't know what you did. You stayed home and you played Mario Brothers. There's time for both, man. You would have had the same experience. But now it just distances you from the remainder of humanity.
I just think it's funny. I just have this reputation of, oh, that's the guy that hates Jurassic Park. I don't like. If you like the movie, cool. I didn't like it. You saw it when you were a kid. You liked it. You still like it now because you have those memories. I saw it when I was 37, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know. So it's not. I'm not saying you can't enjoy the movie. I'm not shitting on you for enjoying the movie. I understand, and I'm not saying like nostalgia is a bad thing. I'm saying
I want to say Jurassic Park, and I want to know that you feel what I feel. I want this to be a bonding experience, and it's frustrating to me that it isn't, Joe. That is what this is.
Okay, I can get that. Speaking of bonding experiences, you can have a bonding experience if you go out and bond with the crowd at the Revolution Gallery on Friday night.
King of the Segways.
That's at 1419 Hurdle, where you can catch Carina, not Corina, Carina, and the Six-String Preacher. They're performing at Revolution Gallery Friday night, 8 p.m., $10, and 21 and up to get into that show. This is Carina and the Six-String Preacher, and the song is called Stone Walls on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
I've walked through walls, and I've come out the other end, scarred but unharmed. I couldn't tell you how I did it. I strode a jagged road ahead to my heart's content. Just couldn't sit the beaten path, picking roses from a ditch. With all that's in me must be maddening. Stone walls won't get in my way. Cracks run every step I take. Feel it coursing through my veins. Watch it fall. As I walk away, just turn the page and keep flipping all the way, 'cause it's all gonna change. Can't let this body go to waste. Shut down every word in vain. Couldn't bear the bitter taste. You think the soul will just fly by? Well, you better hold on tight. Hands inside, please, it may get rocky. Stone walls won't get in my way. Crooks run every step I take. Feel it coursing through my veins. Watch it fall. coursing through my veins. Watch it fall. Storms won't get in my way. Crooks run every step I take. Fearless coursing through my veins. Watch it fall as I walk away. I've walked through a wall, and I've come out the other end, scarred but unharmed. I couldn't tell you how I did it.
Carina and the Six String Preacher on all WNY Think So Joe show.
That was fucking great. That sounds like something you'd bump into, like if you're like a private investigator heading into like a seedy lounge or something.
For sure.
I fucking love it.
And if you go see the show, I've seen her before, and she's up there. She's got the the Shure Super 55 mic, those really old timey looking mics like our singer has, and she's wearing these nice dresses, like gowns, kind of like. So it looks like you're walking into a seedy fucking bar as a private detective.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man. So enchanting, I would say.
I was telling you that when I was dating Carina, we knew other couples named Joe and Carina throughout the local music scene. There's Joe from Tokyo Monsters. His wife's name's Carina. There's a couple that plays music together. They're married, Joe and Carina. I want to say their last name's Weber. I might be wrong. And we knew Joe from Tokyo Monsters and his wife. So I reached out to the other Joe and Carina. I reached out to Carina because I'm friends with them on Facebook, and I'm like, I have a funny story for you. I told her that, I'm dating Carina, and my friend Joe is dating Carina, and you're Carina and married to a guy named Joe. And she goes, oh, we should, we got to get Carina from Carina and the Six String Preacher with a guy named Joe. Like, yeah, I guess so.
Just
completed
the quad or the octuplet or whatever you would call that.
The quintuplet, wouldn't it?
Is it 5 now?
No, that's you're right. Quad, yeah.
So
what the fuck would 4?
You're talking about the 4 couples would be quad, the 8 people would be oct. Like, whatever, 8. I don't know. You know what? Don't ask me about numbers. That's why I fucking went to art school.
Holy fucking shit! Look who just showed up in our chat. This is my boy, El Generico is in the chat. Adam, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey.
We got to get out to Syracuse, man. We got to get out that way. He was going to come see us at fucking Green Jello in Rochester, but everything got shut down. So I don't know if anybody ever got their money back on that show. We still have our tickets in our fucking merch box.
Just hanging on to those ill-gotten gains.
We sold one ticket.
So you're hanging
to somebody who is currently watching the show, and I'm like, yeah, did you, we'll just send you your money back because we don't think that show's happening. And she's don't worry about it. Like, okay, whatever, if you say so. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, that was Kirsten.
It's fucking hilarious. I love that. I love the idea of the punk band that gets asked to do pre-sale, and of course they sell 1 to 5 tickets. Of course.
So not only to sell pre-sale, but to sell pre-sale for a fucking city we don't live in.
Right. Just...
I think with you in the band, we'd probably do better in Rochester, but
who fucking knows, man? I could probably move 10 of them, but I don't know.
But then again, Brian used to live there for a little bit too. So
yeah, It's just so funny, man. That happened to us last time we played Good Bar. The manager, not this most recent week, but like back in August, like the manager came in. She's like, "So I just wanted to let you know you didn't sell any pre-sale," and I was like, "Yeah, I figured. Like I fucking figured. You're asking a bunch of punks to use their phone to purchase something for like a later date.
Yeah,
No,
right.
They're gonna show up at the show if they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
And it ended up being fine, but like it is just so funny to me. Be like, yeah, what'd you sell? One.
Oh, I mean, like, as a promoter, we never fucking, like, we would try and do pre-sale. We even had, like, we had, like, our own, like, site for pre-sale through all WNY, right? So it was like, yeah, let's just, let's just put this out there, let's put up pre-sale tickets, and we never fucking sold pre-sale. We do, like, 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah. It's hard to do, man. Like, most people, especially if the change in price is only like $1 or $2, people are gonna probably keep their night open and then decide when they get there. So, I get it.
Adam, if you're looking for a good night to come up to Buffalo to hang out, March 18th,
March 18th.
Friday, March 18th, come to Mr. Good Bar.
Living Brain Dead upstairs at Mr.
Living
Good
Brain
Bar.
Dead with Knuten and Idiots of Idealism. That's gonna be a killer show that
Gonna
night too.
rock
man.
and roll your fucking face off. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
So that's the night.
Yeah, that's my buddy, man. We used to do. He used to be on Board Wrestling Fan with me when we did the wrestling
right on.
podcast, and
Right on.
we went to a WWE show together. We fucking went to we were gonna go to fucking Elio DePaulo's out here, which is if you don't know about Elio DePaulo's, Elio DePaulo's was formed by the former professional wrestler Elio DePaulo, who's the late professional wrestler, and it's still run by his son to this day. So if you go in there, there's like napkin holders that look like wrestling rings and shit. They got pictures of fucking wrestlers on the table. It's a cool place for wrestling fans. So like, we were gonna go there, but they weren't open yet. It was a Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like, oh man, they don't open until like 1 o'clock or whatever the fuck. So we ended up going to like Applebee's or some shit. But yeah.
Oh, dude, what a downgrade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We
I
went
mean,
from Elio DePaulo's to microwaved macaroni and cheese. Like, Jesus. That Elio DePaulo, so when I worked short order on campus, we used to get the Elio DePaulo Italian dressing. That shit is delicious. It is so freaking good. We would like marinate our grilled chicken in it, and we would, use it as like salad dressing and sub oil. Just phenomenal. Like top tier. And it's funny because everything else there is also great, but that is what stands out to me is the Italian dressing.
I love this comment here because you got Laura, who absolutely knows who he is, asking who is El Generico.
Laura just wants to ask questions, and I
For sure.
understand, because asking questions is good.
Adam was thinking about Board Wrestling Fan last night. Good times, definitely. Yeah, I was, every now and then, I was like, man, why'd we cancel that show? Like, oh yeah, because nobody was listening and we wanted our Sundays back.
Right, we got to go watch your football team lose.
Well,
Mine.
not mine. Mine has made the Super Bowl a couple of times in the last few years. So
They ever win that?
Huh?
They ever win that in the last couple of years?
Not in the last couple of years, but they have won one since the last time your team went. So, anyways,
Oh yeah.
we're getting a happy Wednesday
Happy fucking Wednesday.
from Cool Kids Rock.
Let's fucking go. We're halfway through this week. Halfway through this piece of shit week.
For
Moving
sure.
Right along. Actually, it's been an okay week. I've been feeling
It has been
negative lately.
It has been a pretty okay week. I've felt like crap. I've taken COVID tests. Like, nope, negative. Nope, negative. Nope, negative. Like, all right.
I gotta be honest, when we were driving in the car yesterday, when you were telling me that story, I knew that the end was going to be, and I don't have it, but Joe was telling me a story about how he had recently been exposed to large groups of people, so I knew where it was going. I knew it was going to be. I was worried I had COVID, but like all the symptoms kept stacking up, and I'm sitting 2 feet from you in the driver's seat in an enclosed vehicle, and I even against my will, subconsciously, I am becoming more like, shit, I'm gonna get COVID now. Fuck. Like, and then obviously the ending was, and it turned up negative, so like it is what it is, but
Yeah,
I'm sorry you ain't feeling too great.
I feel better now, but like yesterday, like I definitely took a COVID test before you came to get me. I'm just like, because if it came up positive, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, stay away from me for like a week.
You would do the right fucking thing, which is, again, this is why it's gonna be our first show with you guys. I've reiterated this point on here, but like, I was supposed to play with you guys in November, and I let you all down because I got COVID, and it was so hard to tell you, but like, you can't show up and give it to other people, you know? Like, I had to fucking tell you.
No, and that's just it. Like, it's so hard to be responsible, but it's like, no, I have to be fucking responsible. So like, I've been feeling like, you know, just, and I think it's just like allergies. You know what I mean? I think it's just like the change in the season and shit. Like, I think it's just been, like, I feel like crap because of the weather. But like...
Right, exactly.
But like last Monday, I took a COVID test because I was going to fucking Dropkick Murphys the next day, and I'm like, all right, let me fucking, you know, all right, I don't feel great. Let me take a fucking COVID test because I don't want to get anybody that's going with me sick or anybody that's going to the show sick. So let me take a test. Came up negatives. I'm like, all right, going to the show. Thursday night, and this was the hardest one, man, because it's like, I'm going to fucking Vegas tomorrow and I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Let me take a fucking COVID test. And if it's negative, I'm going. If it's positive, I'm not. And I'm like, all right, let me take a fucking, you know, let me take the test. And I took the test and it was negative, so I guess I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as I said, I didn't wear a fucking mask at the Metallica show, so I'm like, and I'm still kind of feeling like crap as the week goes along, and every single little thing is like, fuck, is that a symptom? I literally, like me saying I was sniffing the hockey puck earlier, like, yeah, that smells like hockey puck. That was literally what was happening. I was literally doing that because I'm like, can I smell this? Okay, I can smell this. That's probably a good sign. It smells like a hockey puck.
Right.
But I finally, you know, I took the tests before you, you know, I took the test yesterday morning. Like, all right. Here we go. Like, oh, nope, okay, negative, good to go.
Yeah.
Going to band practice. So.
No, it's, all right, so first off, hold on a second. My mic just went nuts in my ears. I know I've been moving it around. Am I coming through? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Good, okay. So, like, yeah, like, I don't know, man. I know what you're saying where you start freaking out because, like, I had it, and the first thing I noticed was, like, I got, like, just the sniffles. And I was like, I got the fucking sniffles. It doesn't matter. I went to band practice. We went and got beers at a brewery. I went home. And then the next fucking night.
No, you know what? She's, I'm being told you sound distant like Joe's mic is picking you up. And what's going on is my mic is picking you up.
Oh,
so,
shit. Okay.
You're not, you're not coming through at all on your mic. I don't know what's going on.
Well, let me check it out. Hang on.
Say maybe restart it, see what happens, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna figure this one out. We'll look at some chat in the meantime here. Let's see.
Let's try that again. Oh, that is much
there you
better.
go. Yeah,
right?
okay, yeah, that's you're definitely on now.
Okay.
All right.
Hang tight a second. Let me get this on there. Okay. That is much better.
Okay.
Wait, is that still good? Can you still hear me?
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah, I'm looking at the. I got the levels here. So.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. So we took the government up on their offer for those free tests. So if we feel some type of way, we're prepared, which is exactly what I did.
Yeah. Exactly.
I had gotten
exactly.
I got mine like a week and a half ago. I've used 3 of them already.
Yeah. Shit.
Out of the 4. So
I haven't had to use them all that much, but it's like I was saying, like before Kirsten, thank you so much for I thought something was askew with the way my mic was coming through. Thank you for letting me know. Like, yeah, fucking I had the sniffles when I got COVID, and I was like, cool, I'm fine. You know, I have allergies. I have the Rochester nasally voice. I'm pretty sure I have like long-term like overloaded sinuses and shit that I need to deal with. So I just went to band practice. Then I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, fuck, I cannot taste anything. And it turned out I had COVID. So now I am overly skittish about it, where the second that I start having, like, what's that called when you, sputum, I believe, when you, like, when you cough up, like, a little bit of phlegm or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, great, I have fucking COVID. And usually it isn't. But, like, if it is, I certainly don't want to give it to anybody else because, like, You know, most motherfuckers don't die from it, but some motherfuckers die. I don't want to give that to anybody. You know, and it sucks. Like, I've had brain fog since I had it. I'm just now coming out of it. Like, I've been seeing my fucking doctor about shit because I can't
You had
think
an appointment
straight.
today.
Yeah, because like I can't think straight after I fucking had it. So it's like I certainly don't want to give it to anybody else.
I'm just like, when you got it, I was kind of like paranoid about it because I was in the closed car with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
So I'm just like, I'm just kind of like, what, you know, like waiting on the results of like, I actually went to Rite Aid to get like the actual test, waiting on the results of that. And every single little thing is like, is that a symptom? Do I have COVID? Should I not go to my own birthday party? Which realistically, I should have just canceled the fucking thing, but what are you gonna do? And it costed me a shit ton of money to see a couple of local bands.
Sorry, man.
I had brain fog before I got COVID.
Well, let me tell you, so did I. Slancha, let's fucking go.
There you go. I've had brain fog for the past 41 years.
I mean, it's not all that uncommon. I think the vast majority of the punk rock scene, especially in the city of Buffalo, is experiencing some level of brain fog, but...
I get easily distracted, so it's not brain fog. Like, I know what I'm talking about until, like, something takes my mind off of whatever I'm talking about.
Right, you're a puppy.
Right.
Squirrel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's just it. Like, man, I got to get this work done, but I should resize these designs on these shirts first.
Yeah. So that's like fucking ADHD. You start a million things and you never finish it.
Pretty much.
Fucking talking to my doctor about that today, and she was like, "No, you don't have that. You're just."
Yeah.
She was like, "You're just an idiot, Ryan."
Yeah. I'm always like, well, I want to work on this. I don't want to fucking actually go and do the shit I'm supposed to be getting paid to do, but I need to do this stuff. I should pay taxes, but after I become a 90s night DJ.
All right, that's the best comment I've ever seen come through on this fucking thing. That's amazing.
That wins the internet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know what we were talking about. That comment took me off. That's fucking hilarious.
That's how it is. I need to do this. I should do that. Then it remains undone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super fucking real thing. Like, there's a huge portion of people that have like adult onset ADHD and ADD that has not been diagnosed. And at the same time, the way our workflow is, where now it can happen anywhere and it comes in through like a notification and it's quick to start but long to finish. Fucking everybody is having that same, like, I'm not saying everyone has ADHD. I'm just saying it's the way our workflow is going to screw people up that have ADD and ADHD more. I don't know. We live in a screwed up world. Anyways, I got to stop talking. Say something interesting, Joe. I'm going to drink more beer.
I was just looking at some artwork that was just sent my way. So
Nah,
it's looking good. It's looking good. The artwork I just got sent. So
hell yeah. Well, it looked pretty awesome. Like, the reason I'm fucking rambling about this shit is like, I don't know. Maybe I should just fucking say this. Oh, what do we got? My phone autocorrects literally hates me.
We have to forgive some autocorrects. So that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I am happy to forgive autocorrects.
Autocorrect ducking sucks.
I generally only pass judgment on misspelled words when someone is attempting to spew, I shouldn't say hatred, but they're attempting to put forth an opinion at the expense of somebody else, basically. And like that, I think, invites critical reading of somebody's grammar. Otherwise, if you're just talking, I'm going to know what you mean. I can draw the favorable inference. It makes sense. Like, yeah.
I hate bad grammar when it's in a script that I'm supposed to be fucking reading.
So that's the fucking thing. Right, of course, like in a professional setting, don't send somebody something that is impossible to interpret. Ooh.
Dude, that is badass.
Yeah, that looks awesome. We ain't showing nobody else. That's fucking
Not
great.
yet, not yet. They'll see it when it's done.
In this visual and auditory medium, we're just gonna go, wow, that's awesome, and then you ain't gonna know shit.
Well, you'll see it soon. Hopefully, we're waiting on not only the finished art but also the finished audio that goes along with the art. So, you know.
So like, I like Kirsten's comment here, like. That right there is fucking. I agree with that so hard. Like, my favorite thing to do is correct the grammar of someone being uppity. Like, absolutely, because if you're in a situation where you are trying to control the situation to someone else's detriment, you're trying to be rude, you're trying to put somebody else down, correct their fucking grammar and point out that like this person is trying to make an authoritative statement about the way something should be, and we quite clearly should not listen to that opinion because they can't even spell the thing they're selling correctly. However, if somebody, on the flip side, like, I also separate that from, like, yeah, as I'm sure you do, if somebody is just talking and they spell something wrong, I'm going to be like, yeah, fine. I mean, if I can spell it wrong, I don't care. I just don't like people trying to tell anybody else what to fucking do. So, like, the grammar correction is an easy tool in the bag.
The response in the chat that I'm in where I got the graphic was Coolio. And anytime anybody responds to me with Coolio in a message, I have to respond with a GIF of Coolio.
Right, of course.
I'm literally like gonna go to record store day because fucking It Takes a Thief is coming out on vinyl. And I'm like, I have to have it. I had it when I was a kid on CD, now I need it on vinyl. Gotta have it. Fucking Coolio.
There we fucking go, man.
Coolio's in my fucking 90s playlist. I got this whole like 7-hour fucking 90s playlist. I just need to cull it down because there's like a bunch of duplicates in it, so I need to get rid of those. And then just kind of like, you know, add some extra shit that I couldn't get through the streaming service I wanted, or that I have to use to do this. Like, because certain artists have exclusivity deals with, you know, certain streaming platforms. So, like, you know, the biggest fucking country artist of the 90s is not on this streaming service that I can use to fucking DJ with. So, luckily, I have a box set with all of this individual's CDs and vinyl from the 90s. So I could just rip the fucking CDs and be like, yeah, I got these songs. I'm good.
You better ask the venue if they have the license, because I could.
That's the weird. Well,
I could foresee Garth excusing himself from that
BMI
particular license.
Yeah. We could see. I don't know.
Well, I like. I don't know, Kirsten. You're hitting all the notes that I'm a fan of right now. Like, I'm just really just fan-fucking-tastic.
I wonder if this whole thing will fit on the screen. Nope.
Let me tell you why people need to speak proper. Let me tell you about the evolution of language, and your inability to adapt shows an incredible amount of cultural ignorance. Dude, exactly. Like my whole thing with communication and and I have a degree in communication. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is probably more important.
Yes.
Share and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitch if you're on Twitch watching.
Fucking follow on Twitch.
Subscribe on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Whatever platform you're on.
Like the Living Brain Dead.
Yes, do that too. We got these new. Finally got the old school logo on a shirt. This one's fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
This fucking logo is just big.
Follow at Shambles the Band.
Yes.
But no, like Kirsten, like I fucking exactly. Like, I have a degree in communication, and I understand that degree people
Get those lower thirds up there. Follow those.
People are generally like, this degree is not worth anything, but it's like, I don't know. I don't really remember any of my formal teaching from it, but I remember it taught me how to figure out what the fuck people were trying to say and how to cater my message to people so they understand it. And also, like, there's no point in dissecting somebody's grammar if you understand what they said, and all you're trying to do is just form a fucking relationship. Like, it's this, like, snooty, pretentious way to stick your ego in front of mutual understanding. It's fucking dumb. So, like, I am so on board with that comment. It's the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I'm feeling it.
Nah, that's cool, man. That works. That was 5 minutes I didn't have to talk.
5 minutes. All right. That was 1 minute and 10.
I know.
Go off, Ryan. All right, well, now let me tell you. No.
For $300, you can have an exclusive Ningwood Records box set.
Fuck yeah. Spend that $300.
Yeah, man. That's the most I have ever heard Ryan say it once.
You know, believe it or not, I am quite talkative, but I am.
He is.
I do not want to just run off and ramble about the stupid inane shit that runs through my head. I'm trying to be supportive of the show and not make it the Ryan thing.
Dude, that is the best part about riding to band practice with you. Is just like bringing something up and just letting you go off for like 10 minutes.
Well, that could be it too. It's like, again, like this is your show, man. So I'm not trying to show up here and be like, yo, everybody listen to the stupid shit that I think about fucking everything. But like, I also think there's an element of like, we have band practice Tuesday nights, and I just burn through everything I'm thinking about, and I'm like, I'm good to go. Like, but like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I have very strong opinions about very stupid things, and we'll talk at length about them. I intend to show people that more instead of just saying it, but at the same time, you know, who wants to hear me talk about McRibs when we have local music to discuss?
We have definitely had a conversation about McRibs on this show. At least we've had a conversation about McRibs. I don't know if we did it on the show.
We definitely did, and I was, you know, I gotta say I was paring back a little bit because I remember you being like, yeah, it's not all that special, and I was like, but that's the fucking point. It's just like nostalgia. What's fucking special about the McRib is it rarely fucking happens, and if you are interested in the ironic meme consumerism that we all engage in as a part of this fucking country, go eat the goddamn McRib.
This is why you think I have a disdain for nostalgia. I don't think people like the McRib because of its nostalgia. I think people like the McRib because McDonald's is like, ooh, this is only available right now for the next like 3 months, and then it's not going to be available again for another 2 months.
No, that's not human nature. It's not a stampeding horde of drooling idiots that are like, oh, it's only gonna be there. It's just like, hey, you know what'd be funny? If we got the fucking McRib, and then you eat it, and there's so much salt in it that you're like, I kind of want to eat that again. But it's like, but it isn't that base level of dumb that, like, everybody thinks it is. It's like, no, it's an okay sandwich. Like,
I'm all about hearing about the McRib. Every November, I buy like 10 to 15 of them.
Fucking exactly. It's one of the greatest fast food sandwiches ever created, and it's all branding. It is fascinating.
I don't know, man.
So good.
I don't know. It's just, I don't trust McDonald's.
I mean, why would you, you know? Why would you ever trust them?
Literally sitting here eating fucking fries in between.
I've seen half of Super Size Me. I know how evil McDonald's. No. My goodness. I am a fan of the fucking...
There's nothing funny about the McRib.
I don't know. It bounces. It's kind of funny.
Not endorsed. Nope, not endorsed. No, literally, like
The Living Brain Dead brought to you by the McRib.
There you go. It's not the quality of the McRib, it's the FOMO.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, so, you see... That's all. It's fucking wonderful branding and marketing to a generation of people that exists in a world of an overload of information that have a fear of missing out on everything. You're gonna miss a lot of shit. That's the way life is. You're never gonna live. You're gonna die having missed some shit. But you can get the McRib for like $3, and it'll fill that void as long as the meme is still funny. That's what we're pushing here.
Yeah.
Fucking exactly. There we go. There we go. The McRibbon Brain Dead. Exactly. We're rebranding. It's all McDonald's themed punk rock at this point. This is an executive decision by the newest member of the band that has not done shit. It's all McRibs now.
He shows up and does a covers album, and he's like, yeah, I'm in charge now.
Obviously, I am being sarcastic.
And Kirsten, who's working on new art for us. Shit, let me change the colors.
Oh my goodness. It's just...
We gotta play music, man. Oh, man.
Is this one about McRibs?
It might be, I don't know. This is not a ska band, I can tell you that much. Anyway.
Oh, dear God.
Fucking hell, hold on.
All right, yeah, we can't quite...
McRibbed for her pleasure.
All right, that's the new greatest comment that has ever come through.
Opening for Max Sabbath confirmed. Band that's not opening for Max Sabbath is Amateur Hockey Club.
Hey!
Also not a ska band.
The Boys in Amateur Hockey Club. Let's fucking go.
Amateur Hockey Club. They're performing Saturday to celebrate the release of their new single called What You Wanted at Mr. Goodbar with Nietzsche Band, Smug, and partners on Shanley. And that's at 8 p.m., $7 at the door, 21 and up. And this is that new single called What You Wanted from Amateur Hockey Club on Old WNY Think So Joe Show.
wanted what I got. I keep waiting for the world to say sorry, but I think that it's not.
Amateur Hockey Club on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. It's our boys in Amateur Hockey Club, man. We've been hanging out with some of those dudes. They practice down the hall from us. They actually, I want to thank Abram from Amateur Hockey Club for sending me a text the other day, letting us know that they were getting water in their practice space after we had that snow melt and rain. Because then I fucking came and looked and all of our shit was underwater the night that we had a show. But those dudes are awesome. That band is fucking great. They're awesome guys. Go fucking see them. They're really cool.
You guys posted the image of you, and it has the Flood logo from the They Might Be Giants album. It's like, well, there's the next album you guys are covering.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
Dude, our space is flooded.
Ryan's gonna be up there like, Particle Man, Particle Man.
Dude, our space is flooded 3 fucking times, and we're finally moving to a new one, so I'm quite excited about
Cool,
that.
man. You could, you take that positive energy, you put a little birdhouse in your soul.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Joe. Yeah, man, Amateur Hockey Club is the fucking shit. Go check them out. They're great. They're fucking great.
The chat loves you today, man. Here, what do you mean you don't do shit? You successfully canceled your first set.
I don't know if I did that or if I'm a victim of circumstance, but I know I impacted you, so I do apologize.
That was him testing the waters. If I could cancel my first show, I can do anything. Unlimited power!
I can feel it flowing through me.
Oh, man, yeah, no.
Yeah, well, it's over. This is the Think So Ryan show. Sorry, buddy.
Show's only as strong as its co-host anyway, so.
Well, we're all going to get fucking drunk then. Hey.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to drink on the air. Now I don't drink at all, so.
Yeah, you know, that's
I drink Pepsi, and I'm out of fucking Pepsi. I finished it. Well, I got a little bit on
all
the
you
bottle
wanted
from
was
yesterday.
Pepsi, Joe.
Just one Pepsi. I was in fucking, I don't know if it was Cleveland or fucking like Dallas or, you know what, it was Dallas. I was in Dallas. And I'm just like, I was looking for something to drink. Because like when we left Vegas, everything was still closed in the airport. So I couldn't get, they didn't even have like vending machines or nothing. So I couldn't get a drink. So I'm like, fuck, all right, let me, as soon as we landed in Cleveland, I'm like, I got to find a drink. And the first thing I see is a Coke machine. Mm-hmm. And then there's a little store, there's a 7-Eleven inside the fucking Cleveland airport that's, or the Dallas airport that's got only Coke products, no Pepsi. I'm just like wandering the entire fucking airport looking for a Pepsi. Like, do they just have Coke here? Like, I just want a Pepsi.
Cleveland is they're the largest Coca-Cola is the largest infrastructure funder of Cleveland.
Right,
Too much drinking.
But that was down. But Cleveland also only had Coke. So like, as soon as I got home and I was like, I have Pepsi in the fridge.
But that's the thing to me that's always struck me as odd, because Rochester is largely a Coca-Cola city, and I came to Buffalo to go to school, and everything is Pepsi around here. Fucking everything. It's like, I remember looking it up on Wikipedia, because that's what I do when I'm supposed to be doing work. I surf Wikipedia, and it's like the Western New York, like far Western New York, and like Hamilton Market is like the largest market for Pepsi, like per capita in the United States. It's all Pepsi out here. Well, of course. I mean, Laura, your best. Well, who doesn't want a John Solo show?
All right. Here. You want a John Solo show? Okay, here's a John Solo show.
Yeah.
You got the volume and. But I'd 100% watch a Solo John show.
It's an ASMR reading.
I love John, but he is super fucking quiet, man.
He is a quiet dude. He speaks when he needs to, and it's of great importance. The opposite of me. I talk constantly, except for on this show apparently, and nothing I say has any bearing on fucking anything.
I mean, like, if we stuck you and him outside of a convenience store, it'd just be like watching a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Smoking weed. Do it. Yep, exactly. Fucking exactly.
I finally watched the fucking reboot a couple of weeks ago.
I still haven't. How was it?
It was pretty good, actually.
Really?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. I was not expecting anything from it.
I wasn't either, and I think that was, like, I think that's it. If I go into a movie with no expectations, I'll actually fucking enjoy it. If I go into a movie with high expectations, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why does everybody like this shit? I think that's it. Like, everybody, people love Jurassic Park. I went into it like, oh, this is gonna be great, and then I'm like, that wasn't so great. But like, I went into Jay and Silent Bob like, oh, that movie sucks. Like, this movie's actually pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, I
enjoyed it.
I had the same experience with Role Models. I was like, oh great, they're doing another fucking movie, and it's McLovin. Now he's playing a nerd, and like that movie's actually like, there's a couple chuckles. It is not a fucking masterpiece, but like it's funny. It's a fine flick.
We were talking about like shit movies a couple of weeks ago that like we just camp fucking movies that we've enjoyed, and I mentioned like Lamageddon. Right, I went into Lamageddon like, this is gonna be so fucking stupid, and it was so bad it was good.
Yes. All right, so those movies are the fucking best. Yeah.
The other movie I mentioned, I was talking about a movie where they have a roadie and it's a fucking the dude's he's actually a monster, unbeknownst to them, and that movie is called Uncle Peckerhead. And you can watch that, I think, on fucking Vudu for free.
Back that up. That's the greatest title of a movie I have ever heard in my life. It is an insult. That's fantastic. Uncle Peckerhead. I fucking love it.
There you go. If you don't expect anything, you'll probably like it out of a Kevin Smith movie. So yeah, that's. I didn't really know what I was getting into, because I heard like, oh, it's not that great. Like that was, I've never heard anybody like gushing about the movie, and I'm not gonna gush over it either. But it was like, it's a good way to turn your brain off for 2 hours and fucking watch a Jay and Silent Bob movie. Like, it's not, it's not like the greatest work of fucking cinema. It's not Kevin Smith's greatest fucking movie, but it's still like, it's a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah.
I think it took me a really long time to get to a point where I was okay with that. Like, I was willing to accept that, like, this thing might not be the greatest thing I've ever seen, but like, it's good and it's still worth something. Cause like, I don't know. I mean, everybody who's into punk rock goes through that phase where they're like, I like this and I don't like this, and this is great. And like, you basically end up building this structure of things that you need everything to compete against. And eventually the structure falls and you either become bitter or you're just like, no, you know what? Like, the world is actually okay. I'm glad I landed on that side of it, because like, there's tons of shit that I spend my time on that does not blow me away, but it is absolutely worth experiencing. And yeah, like, these movies we're talking about, like this Jay and Silent Bob flick, might be that, like, It doesn't need to be the greatest thing I've ever seen. It can just be entertaining. You know?
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I went into it with like no expectations. Like this isn't gonna be good. You know, like this isn't gonna be like a great fucking View Askew movie. It's gonna be.
It's
you
no
know,
Clerks.
It's not Clerks, but the cast of Clerks is in it in black and white, and it's fucking great.
Sign me the fuck up.
But it's like holy shit, that is a great fucking gag. You know, there's little bits and pieces if you've seen the fucking View Askew universe movies. There's little bits of this fucking movie where it's just like, oh man, that's a great fucking callback. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. You know,
Right.
like.
And that's what the first one was back in like 2000 or 2001. The entire thing was a callback to his previous 5 movies or 4 movies at that point, right? It was, yeah, it was up through Dogma. Yeah, so it was Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, and it was a callback to those 4. So it had all the fucking characters from it. And I am happy that this one continues to do that because it's funny because it's so much further removed.
Yeah.
That it would be even less people would get it than they did the first time around. So like that's great. That's fucking great. Say I have not seen it, but I will.
Yeah.
One more for the backlog of movies that I have not seen, even though I should.
There you go. Kevin Smith understands fan service.
Fuck yeah.
For sure. Again, it was a movie I didn't think about, like, I thought about watching it before. And like, when Carina was here, it's like, all right, we'll watch this together. And now it's just like, oh, well, okay, I'll just, watch this on my own now. So. You have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Looking forward to Clerks 3. I absolutely am looking forward to Clerks 3.
Are they actually going ahead with that? Because
Yeah.
I know they've been saying for like the last decade they're going to do it.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Sign me up.
Yeah.
I was as a young boy, I was hugely influenced by Randall Graves. I thought he was the fucking shit. And I like how with his character arc they kind of made him like I mean, he's fine, but like they kind of made him a loser in the second one and I'm like, yeah, that's about right. That's like where that should end, but like I idolized that guy. I was like, oh, the verbosity here and like his cynicism, I aspire to that. ThinkSoJoE merch. ThinkSoJoE merch.
Go check out the new merch store, merch.thinksojoe.com. Buy your new ThinkSoJoe show t-shirts.
Yeah. Get that shirt. Get some attire.
Get a shirt, man. Get
Wear us.
I like the ThinkSoJoe has a podcast shirt. I was wearing it yesterday. It's like, look, I'm wearing a shirt with my face on it.
Fuck yeah.
And then, John goes, oh, you look angry. I'm like, did you ever see the Shepherd Fairy? Like Andre the Giant has a posse stickers? No. So I had to fucking pull up the Shepherd Fairy Andre the Giant stickers. Like, this is what the shirt's based. Oh, okay, I see. It wrapped a few months ago, so yeah, it's done.
All right. Well, let's fucking go.
Bye.
It's not very subliminal. You need to flash that back and forth so it goes into the viewers' heads. There we go. Yes, exactly.
Merch.thinksojoe. Brand new shirts, man. I've already gotten 2 of them, and now I'm just like, and after I bought those 2, I added a couple of more. So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta get these ones. So now there's a bunch of Living Brain Dead merch I gotta get, and there's a bunch of ThinkSoJoE merch I still gotta get, and like, yeah.
Well, fuck, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit about to come out in this fucking merch store when we finally get around to launching it. But
I'm excited. It looks fucking great.
I know you're like gung ho about the coffee mug that's in there.
I'm a fucking, I don't know, man. I'm always wearing Descendants t-shirts, so like you got to understand how big of a coffee fan I am. I am dependent on caffeine to get through the day. I drink at least a pot, and I love the fucking coffee mug. It's great. It looks awesome.
An update about what? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Oh shit. Oh, that's a teaser.
We're hoping to at some point get this new single put out, and when we do that, we're gonna try and launch the new store.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, that looks
Again, visual and auditory medium. You can't see what we're saying.
that looks badass.
That looks fucking dope.
That's part of what we're currently talking about, though. So they'll have to just wait.
Yep.
Cool,
yep.
though. That's cool.
See, that's like that long form teaser. Nobody will fucking know.
Oh, I said cool merch. Was it a hint about an update? I mean, a lot of the merch is currently available through like our Bandcamp, or if you come to a show. Some of it is not. So, but we got cool shit. I want to get the work shirt, man. We got a work shirt. It's a fucking Dickies work shirt with the fucking logo embroidered on it. That's gonna be cool.
Great. I'll get that thing. I'll wear it to contract negotiations. Motherfuckers will run out screaming.
I'm in Cleveland at the fucking Waffle House, right? Because that's where we went, like on the way before we flew out to Vegas. So I'm in the fucking Waffle House. We're just sitting there for like an hour, just fucking bullshitting, man, because we got so much time before our flight. And, you know, like, it's the first time I've ever, like, met this dude. Like, I met him when he came to pick me up. You know? So we're
You
just...
went cross country with a dude you've never met. You had the Great American Road Trip in a plane
pretty
through
much
the internet.
Pretty much. Yeah, so we're sitting in fucking at the Waffle House in Cleveland. We're sitting there just, you know, bullshitting, kind of sharing stories. And waitress comes up and she says, "Hey, I have a question." Like, yeah? She goes, "The living brain dead, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, here, have a download card."
Hell yeah.
It's my punk band out of Buffalo. Check us out.
Look at this guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing. You're on the front lines distributing download codes to the mildly interested.
I gotta keep these things in my pockets at all times now and just hand them out.
Absolutely. It's like a business card.
My fucking Uber driver, right? So our great meal in fucking Vegas was we went to fucking Denny's.
You know, I was going to say this when you were texting about it, but like, it is so, it should not be as difficult as it is, but it is so hard to fucking find food in certain parts of Vegas because they just want you throwing money at the fucking machines. It's so hard to find food.
So here's the deal is we were leaving the show and we had a little bit of time before our flight. So we're like, all right, let's get food. And then, you know, if we get food, then we can wait to call an Uber. Mm-hmm. And then we don't have to pay all the surge pricing or whatever the fuck, right? Mm-hmm. So we're like, what is close to us? We don't want to walk in this giant crowd going that way towards the strip. We just want to fucking go somewhere where we can get in, get some food, and get a fucking Uber. Yeah. So we just typed in like food near us, and it's like Jack in the Box. Okay, sure. So the network congestion is just so bad, I can't get like an exact location of where I am. Right. So it's just like, all right, it's in this direction, let's go. Mm-hmm. So we start walking and the security guard pulls up next to us, like, "You guys are lost." Like, "Yup." He's like, "Yeah, okay, I figured because, this doesn't, there's no exit here." Like, we're starting to realize that. He says, "Listen, man, it's private property, but I understand. Like, so here's what you do, you guys. Go, take the left when you get past the building here. That'll take you out of here. And then go up to the next major street and take a right, and that'll take you over where you're trying to go." Okay. "Oh, thanks, man. Really appreciate it."
Yeah, great.
So we get out of this parking lot. We see a couple fucking on the sidewalk.
Vegas, baby!
We're just like, okay, anyway, what were we talking about? Let's go. We get, we get over to, like, there's restaurants. So there's, like, all these fast food. There's, like, a chicken finger place that's open.
Okay.
But it's packed with, like, just people in Metallica shirts. It's like,
Well, that makes sense. There's a large overlap. The Venn diagram of Metallica fans and chicken finger lovers. You might as well say like humans and chicken finger lovers.
Like in San Francisco, it was so hard to get food after the fucking Metallica show.
Yeah.
And it was not much different in Vegas. So we're just like, oh, there's a McDonald's. Oh, they're not open 24 hours? Like, what the fuck? You think McDonald's is open 24 hours in Buffalo? They're not 24 hours in Vegas? Fuck. So the Jack in the Box was fucking closed. We found that. And there's like a Wendy's that was closed. There's like a Denny's across the street and a fucking Days Inn that's also a casino. So we're like, you know what? Let's try the fucking Denny's. And we walk into Denny's. It's not that busy, but there's only 3 people working. So it took us a little while to get seated. While we're waiting to get seated, I look up an Uber and it's like $40 to the fucking airport. So I'm like, just go to the fucking airport and get food there. And he's like, "Is there anything open at the airport at this hour?" I'm like, "Good point. Let's wait for food."
Yeah.
So we wait, we get our food, we eat, and it ended up costing us $20 to the airport from there. But like, you know, that was what we ate at fucking Denny's. So we get this Uber driver, right? After we leave Denny's. And we're talking to the guy. And we remembered, like, as we're on the way to the airport, oh shit, we wanted to get our picture taken in front of the fucking Vegas sign. He's, oh, it's right down here, I'll take you. Oh, cool. And, you know, the dude that I went with handed him like a 20 or something, you know, for taking us over there and taking our picture in front of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we get to talk to this guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm a rapper. Like, really? He says, yeah, I was on America's Got Talent. And he hands me this business card. Now, I'll tell you what this, it says, search YouTube, Crimson, K-R-I-M-Z-O-N versus Toxic Flow, next Vegas rap battle. And we looked it up when we got to fucking Cleveland. And we're just like, and it's this dude rapping against another dude. It was, you know, pretty entertaining. And then we're like, he said he was on America's Got Talent, right? So we go try and find this fucking guy, right? We finally find him, like, on an America's Got Talent fan page. And it's like, he was on season 4, episode 1. So we can't find the exact clip of just him. But we found season 4, episode 1 of America's Got Talent. And we found his, 15 seconds of fame there of him going up.
Oh, man, so he was in the weed out section? Oh, boy.
Him going up, rapping, and getting voted out in like 15 fucking seconds.
Oh,
but,
boy.
man, it was
That's
cool.
hard.
He was cool. He was cool as shit, man. So we were like super happy to get him as our fucking driver.
Well, hell yeah, man. It's fucking great.
Not gonna lie, I missed Denny's. Ours closed down like a year and a half ago. Like, it's not great, but it's there. You know?
That should be their corporate tagline. Denny's, it's there.
Yeah.
That patty melt they made a while back, where it's like a grilled cheese on Texas toast with a meat patty in the middle, and then it had Thousand Island dressing, was pretty fucking great. I'm on board with that. But otherwise, yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
You know, at a slight premium because they're open 24/7. You know, they're fine.
I mean, that's where you go. That's where we used to go after concerts all the time. When when I lived in Niagara Falls, it's like, all right, we're back home. Let's go to fucking Denny's on the Boulevard.
Nothing wrong with Denny's, man. That's where we used to go after we had parties. Yeah, it was great. Like,
That's where you go.
Denny's, it's where you go. I don't know if that's a good tagline.
Nah.
I'm gonna confuse people.
But
Denny's,
no,
are you drunk? That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had fucking Denny's, and then we flew back to fucking Cleveland and drove home. I was struggling to stay awake on the fucking drive home. I'm just like,
Yeah. Well, it's the thing though, like it is perplexing to me how difficult it is to find food in the city of Vegas, because like it's not all that difficult if you like know where a restaurant is, but like if you're in a casino, hard to find food. They will put it behind a wall where there is a slot machine that you need to wait by. You know?
Well, we did absolutely have to wait near slot machines.
Exactly.
And walk through a fucking casino to get to the Denny's. But
Exactly.
that is absolutely true. We probably did haunt the same Denny's and probably after some of the same shows. So anyway, yeah, let's get out of here. We got one more song to play for you tonight, and it is by our friends in the Abruptors. And they are performing Monday at Mohawk Place with Deals Gone Slack and Stop the Presses. That show is at 8 p.m. It's $10 in advance, $12 at the door, 18 and up with ID. If you don't have your ID, they will throw you out on your ass. And this is the Abruptors, and this song is called Forget Me Not on All WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show. We'll see you next week.
Take you to a movie in a world without a death wish. On a night under the fireworks, heaven on Stacy. Baby, you could Would you promise me something if you find someone that you forget me not? Never feel too much, even if they do all the things that I couldn't do for you. And I promise you something if I find someone that I forget you not. Never feel too much, even if they do all the things that I couldn't do for you. Oh, but what if this song was still trembling? And I would put my black suit on and visit your bones and bring a football top and play that you wrote. And an English song by a band that you love becomes a song, little darling. When the kingdom come and the trumpet blow, in the cold hard ground, there's some letters you wrote. Would I get any rest from the wreck that I was then? Put your black dress on and visit my bones and bring a football top and a scarf for the throat. Think a man got a song that somehow made